And this matchup is one that features some terrific star power as we get an early look at what will be a fascinating season series for 2019. Brandon Nimmo, after spending Friday in the number 8 spot, back atop the leadoff card tonight. Early front runner for Rookie of the Year honors is Pete Alonso. Julio Teheran that takes the ball in this series finale, the 28-year-old, 10-year veteran who's looking to... And a cold strike 3. And a base hit right through that vacated shift hole.
The Mex, Keith Hernandez, got to the Queens in '84 and '85. Of course, the championship came in '86.
Pitches where you notice it the most.
Into right field, and that's going to rattle around in the corner. We'll see how aggressively they play it with Alonso, and they put up the stop sign. Who has been an RBI machine in spots like this. Ramos here, however, bounces the first pitch to shortstop, and that's how Teheran gets out of a jam to start the ball game. They'll lead it off with Ozzie Albies, who is an aggressive first pitch swinger. See if that changes against DeGrom tonight. Donaldson, Freeman, and Acuna 2 through 4.
30-year-old 9th round draft pick in 2010. He is a handful, the complete package. He has all 4 pitches.
A fly ball on the second pitch to Ozzie Albies. Awkward for a guy that likes to get in a rhythm. Here's his payoff pitch. And he loses Donaldson on ball 4 as we check in with Kevin Connors.
Away. In his last start. Oh, wow.
Well, that's a start. A great play by Alonso, and they failed to double off Freeman, who was running hard out of the box.
And that's less about velocity and more about life.
That 2-strike pitch is popped up. No strikeouts, but no damage in the bottom of the first against Jacob deGrom.
What he wants to do is he wants strikes to look like balls and balls to look like strikes.
He gets Rosario looking for his 3rd of the game. Fans, they have lost their first 3 home series for just the 2nd time in the last 100 years. That's a sweet sound off the bat of J.D. Davis that gets over the wall in left center. Wow, a line shot homer on the first pitch he sees from Teheran.
Well, Teheran leaves an off-speed pitch just right over the middle of the plate, and J.D. Davis. Bat movement.
Caught looking this time, however. Everybody kind of do their jobs and said, okay, I'm going to give you a pretty good club, and at the end of the season, give me one back that's better. Oh, we haven't seen many better swings than that one as Nick Markakis has just tied the game with a solo home run.
But I don't bother with it too much.
And a called strike 3 taken by Camargo.
Hank, obviously you.
I think I felt the same way now as I did a few years ago. You know, I was.
People always think body,
the
lower
wrist.
half.
Yes.
Runner goes, a swing and a miss, and a throw down to second, not in time. So Flowers strikes out. We've got a runner at second with 2 away. Might be taking another look at this. Feels the same way about you.
Well, I enjoyed playing in Milwaukee.
A swing and a miss by Julio Teheran, and we will continue.
Flat top.
Yeah.
Was built.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Wait, so you would throw the ball and then run around, or you'd have obviously a few other guys out there.
Inappropriately as we continue visiting with Hank Aaron.
Oh.
There's a knock into right field. You know, I have a question for you, Hank, because there's so much memorabilia that people have.
All of my weight is on the outside. You know.
Big swing from Michael Conforto. A ball well hit out to right that Markakis runs down at the wall. Freeman here for Atlanta. There's one that we looked at today. There's a base hit for Albies. 1952, and a very young Hank Aaron.
The 3 of them, or the 4 of them. And I always felt like, you know, I said, I got to learn something from this guy. There's always room that he needs to have someone to
Albies running, and on the throw down, he'll get the third.
This is a long time ago.
Braves take a 2-1 lead.
This was a long time ago. When he hit the ball to all parts of the field, and I love the way he gravitates to the game.
For a run here in the third, a couple of first pitch singles, a walk, and a stolen base, and there's one that gets away from Ramos.
He was trying to, what should I say?
And there's a called strike 3 taken by NCR.
Well,
routines of getting out there early in spring training. And
McNeil into right.
And when
What do you think of this? And joking around and having fun, all of it. But he clearly is trying to emulate it.
On the ground for shortstop, Camargo to Albies, and he yanks the throw. What looked like a tailor-made double play ball. And that's 5 tonight for Julio Teheran. 2 left stranded in the top of the inning.
He won't be able to be a full-time shortstop anymore. But I think the pitching thing has worked out for him okay.
I would say so.
Are balls, but usually look like strikes.
Into center field and well hit. Nimmo on the move and running it down at the wall. Wow. The contact off the bat was just as hard as the contact by Nimmo's head against the outfield.
It's awesome. Just things like that. Still keeping him off balance a little bit and off the end of the bat there, but rather than being on the sideline in here.
High fly ball out to left field off the bat of Peter Alonso. For out number 1. At least 10 games over 500 to 15 or more below before the calendar reached July.
more excited, knowledgeable fan base. But
it's Donaldson with a shot into left that goes. He hung around on a couple of two-strike pitches that he fouled off and then hits an absolute missile to left. Man.
especially when you're DeGrom.
And they ring him up. That one just catches the very top of the strike zone.
Up in the zone and the slider down.
Runner goes to swing and a miss by Markakis. Throw down to second base is not in time. And not hung on to on the receiving end. Every problem. The dirty, unwashed media. Well, chopper. That's going to be a tough play. Jake's got to hurry. Had a hard time getting it out of the glove, but still gets it to first in advance of the head-first slide of Camargo.
And DeGrom looking like Rafael Santana, the shortstop. A great Dominican foundation. And that's a recipe for success.
Swing and a miss as he can't lay off the slider. First with two gone in a 3-1 Atlanta game. Davis to left. Gobbled up by Acuna to retire the side.
Had pretty good success late in the game scoring runs, so I'm feeling really good right now.
Mickey, can you talk about, you just mentioned like evolving.
That's these guys. It's a credit to our players and who they are as people and performers. And
all over the field. Have you seen a big impact from Chile and company?
I really have. And when I was a pitching coach, when we faced teams that did that against my pitchers, it's not fun to go out there and have to grind through it.
Oh man, did he get a hold of that one? And gone! Oh my!
Hey Matt, now you're not.
Wilson's full count pitch, and he loses him on ball 4. Have either of you twos taken a look at that Syracuse roster? The AAA Syracuse Mets? And a called strike 3. All business as left-hander Jesse Biddle takes over, and Jesse's working on kind of a nice trend.
Change of him really using all 3 of his pitches tonight.
Brandon Nimmo's aboard on a full count pitch, base hit into right.
Refreshing to see someone dominate with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You know, in a world that, if you're a high school pitcher, look at this tape tonight, study it.
And then mashed in the spring, and it was just impossible to ignore him. He strikes out here for out number 2 as a left fielder or a shortstop. Okay, that's okay. It's a bouncer back up the middle. Nice play by Camargo to take care of Cano.
Of course, there's no rules.
That's slashed into the left center field gap, and that's trouble. Markakis streaking around third. He'll score without a play, and the Braves add on in the bottom of the 7th. With these 2 guys in Atlanta. Tyler Flowers with a ball well hit into left center. It'll end up being routine for Broxton, and 2 gone.
And Matty, just
flow
like
going out of the back of the helmet. It's a fly ball out to center. Possibly the easiest to root for player in Major League Baseball. If for the only reason, Buster, as you know,
2010 with that power sinker that he had at that time, and he worked his way back.
Strikes out Michael Conforto to start things in the 8th. Diplomatic a way to say he grounds out a lot. There's a base hit on the ground.
At least they changed things.
McNeil into right center on a well hit ball. Ramos around to third, McNeil to second, and the Mets are in business here with 1 out in the 8th. A 1-out single by Wilson Ramos and a double by Jeff McNeil. Enter Jackson making his 8th appearance of the year. He pitched here in the opener. He gets Ahmed Rosario, who puts a ball in play for the left side of the infield. Donaldson with an off-balance throw. Everybody's safe, and a run scores. Broxton to right center. That's going to get down. That's going to get a run in. And that's going to make things a lot more interesting with Brandon Nimmo stepping in now as the potential tying run. Got him swinging. First to face the veteran right-hander, Jerry Familia. Oh, hot shot, man. Ozzie Albies is just some kind of aggressive. Look at him pick him up and put him down. Lint comes off, throw to third. He's in there safe.
He got the ball. He got the ball.
Who has homered tonight? Base hit to bring in a run, and on 2 pitches, Atlanta gets one of those runs back. 7-3 Braves. Man, we talk about jumping a guy. Wow, another swing on a first pitch. And finally an out. By the way, Jerry's Familia making his 8th appearance of the year, and greeted rather rudely. Markakis on the ground. Taylor made for 2. Cano to Rosario, back to Alonso. The double play that ends the inning. Pitched here Friday night. The 6.00 ERA. 3-2 to Pete Alonso. Got him. Way off the plate here for the 2-strike pitch to Cano. That got a little too much of the plate and is driven the other way, but run down by Acuna, and the Mets are down to their final out tonight. That should do it. Atlanta does in fact bounce back with wins in each of the last 2 games of the series to earn the split. Final score tonight: Braves beat the Mets 7-3.